Djibouti's total numbers of population is 980,000 people, less than a million. They have youth who are from 15 to 24 years. They represent almost 21.6%, and all these are unemployed youth. Ethiopia has about 115 million people, and youth between 15 to 24 have about 3.2%, representing an unemployed group of people. We have put 15 to 24 as the lowest age group for youth. However, African Union puts the age group from 18 to 35. But for us, we wanted to see this particular group of people. In Kenya, we have about 54 million people, probably 56 now, and 7.2% of the youth are unemployed. Somalia, with a population of about 16 million, have about 19.8% unemployed. South Sudan, with almost 12 million, has 18.8% unemployed. Sudan, with about 44 million people, about 32.1% unemployed. Uganda, with close to 46 or above that, population figures have youth of 2.5 who are unemployed. If you increase this age group from 18 to 35, definitely this figure will swell. Again, we have issues that are being of pertinent concern in the region, which is climate, extreme climatic conditions. Torrential rains have caused floods and accelerated soil erosion, and people have been displaced from their areas of habitat. Long drought spells and torrential rains affected over 70% of the region's population, who derive their livelihood from agriculture and pastoralism. Persistent and escalating extreme weather conditions of climate change are among the root causes of migration, both within and across borders. In IGAD region, drought cost the agriculture sector an estimated $96 million per annum. In Djibouti, drought has caused severe weather shortages and a food crisis affecting 340 people and causing a loss of 50 to 70% of the livestock. This has also been in Somalia and southwestern part of Ethiopia. In Sudan, an estimated 80% of the country's rural population relies on agriculture-based production for their food and income. In Somalia, I've mentioned, at least 215 people have been displaced by floods. In South Sudan, over 1 million people have been affected by floods since July 2020 and to date. By all means, extreme and apparent climate conditions continue to cause conflict, and it is related to land. I would like to mention also a few issues regarding polarized ethnicity and tribalism in the region. Ethnicity has been institutionalized through governance system, legal system, including federally structured countries like Ethiopia. Federalism exacerbated land problems because it brought about land and resource conflicts between regional states and the federal state. In Ethiopia, as I have mentioned, land that belongs to the ethnic group of a regional state and borderlands have been the major conflict. The struggle for political power and wealth, identity politics is attached to land and have been potential sources of pride, competition, and ethnic rivalry. Currently, simple arguments between individuals, brothers, amongst tribes can easily result in conflict that usually draw in the clan, tribal, and ethnic division, and land is not exceptional. Tribal and ethnic issues have created artificial sub-borders that enforce social boundaries. This affects land registration, the process of recording legally recognized interest, ownership, and use in land. In regional context, many are barred from developing and engaging in political activities, if not from a particular tribe, which is popular amongst politicians. Soft borders spill over to other nations, and this makes national borders to be porous and contested. There is a need for a new social contract based on shared prosperity for all, inclusivity and promotion of the spirit of collegiality in decision-making is required. I would jump violent extremism because of time. Let me go to interstate conflicts, which probably is also very much appealing to us. The demarcation of borders in the region, as I mentioned before, and then the noted border disputes that include South Sudan, Sudan, Uganda, Kenya, Kenya, Somalia, Uganda, South Sudan, Eritrea, Djibouti, Ethiopia, Sudan, Kenya, South Sudan, Kenya, Sudan, and Sudan, Ethiopia. In most of the IGAD countries, the states engage in battles for pieces of land. We have also noted that the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam has attracted some level of conflict because of its construction. Because of time, I will just go into the conclusion because I think we need to digest all this and begin to discuss them. I will provide a printout of these key issues that I'm presenting. In conclusion, therefore, IGAD countries can strengthen justice institutions aimed at protecting the rights of the least powerful in our country, in our society, in our habitat, and stop discrimination and marginalization, improve human rights, manage an equal distribution of public goods and services, denounce impunity, and constitute accountability mechanisms. It calls for a collective effort because achieving them represents profound challenges to humanity's shared aspirations, especially if we want to achieve the much desired sustainable development goal and a democratic and peaceful region. At the same time, the crisis that we have mentioned also represent a unique opportunity for us to achieving the transformative vision of 2030 agenda. The 2030 agenda, especially SDG 16, with its emphasis on the rule of law and access to justice, is central to the more peaceful, just, and inclusive economic and social recovery. We remain hopeful that IGAD member states will accelerate the pace of technological growth, improve human capital through education, support resilience strategy, strengthen the shared challenges posed by pandemics, COVID-19, Ebola, and other life-threatening diseases. We now face fundamental choices as individuals, societies, governments, regions, and collectively as one human family to define and build the kind of future we want. We can build our societies to define and build the kind of, we can build our societies to resist vulnerabilities to shocks and crises during war, climate-related risks, improve both criminal and restorative form of justice to settle land conflicts and dispute. We can have all our democratic values and principles. We must challenge and not obey discriminatory laws, policies, social norms, and stereotypes that hold our people back from realizing their full developmental potential. The land we have in the region is abundant, and it is ours. The resources we have underneath and above are ours. The onus is upon us to adjust, to develop it, to build more climate-resilient developmental model, better agricultural model, improve our own land tenure systems, better and well-equipped our legal systems,